because we have 4 today's specials from Andrew Lessman. These are your summer essentials, and we've already heard him talk about it. Even with the vitamin C, even with the B12, the power and the impact of vitamin D. I know that we know for bone support, for the proper absorption, we need vitamin D, and we can get it from the sun, but so many of us are not getting enough. So it is critical to the absorption of calcium for your overall bone health. We have 2,000 plus 5-star reviews on this supplement, and today the savings is unreal. If you want to grab the huge size here, the 720, look at how much you're going to be saving. So I'm going to bring you over here to my handy dandy, easy to read chart, but that 720, look at that. Instead of $109.90, we're going to take $60 off. Drop this to under $50 and 4 flex. Interest-free to grab this one-day only deal. $16.90, of course, would be our normal price if you're grabbing the smallest size, our 60 capsules. We are dropping it down to $9.90, saving you $7. So whichever way you want to look at it, maybe you want to add vitamin D into your life, maybe you've tried a different supplement from a different brand, but want to try Andrew Lessman's and see the difference that 2,000 plus of you have fallen in love with, grab the 60, grab it and try it. But my loyalists, the 720, you really want to get your hands on while we have it at this incredible deal. And Andrew Lessman's going to really break down why his vitamin D specifically is set apart from so many others.
Hi there, Andrew Lessman here with one of the most important Today Specials that we do every year. And what always excites me about vitamin D, usually in life when someone tells you how important something is, how critical it is, how special it is, how unique it is, in the back of your mind, I know in my mind, the wheel's already turning, okay, how much is this going to cost me? That you assume something that special, that unique, that beneficial is going to be extremely expensive. Vitamin D3 is in that regard a complete paradox, because today, for the Today Special, our 720 capsule supply is less than 7 cents a capsule. Incredibly affordable. And what's even more exciting, whether you choose 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, or even 5,000 IU. So at 5,000, you could always choose to take one every other day if 2,000 to 3,000 would be your perfect daily supply. So it just makes it incredibly, incredibly affordable. So that large size, I mean, even the next to large size is still, I think, less than 10 cents a capsule. Even the very smallest size, what we call our Try-Me size, is barely about 15 cents a capsule. To get the most important single vitamin, and we'll talk about vitamin B12 in a moment, vitamin C as well, and they're all critically important, but the research over the last several decades that has come in on vitamin D3 has just underscored its importance. In fact, a friend of mine just forwarded me a video that another friend of mine had done. You've probably seen him on my shows here in the past, Dr. Daniel Amen. He was talking about telomere extension. I might not go as far as he goes into the lavish praise, but vitamin D3 is certainly worthy of remarkable praise. Everything from the strength and integrity of our skeletal system to the absorption of calcium, to the functioning of our immune system, our nervous system. Again, what's great, it's so easy to supplement. It's so easy to effectively supplement. If you read the reviews on my product, you see how rapidly the product can affect vitamin D3 levels. So just because the product costs literally pennies a capsule doesn't mean you're compromising it in any way. As Daniel mentions in his video, another important thing to always consider when you take vitamin D3 is vitamin K2 MK7. That's also very important. It will be available, while this is a Today Special, it will also be available at special pricing as well. But again, back to vitamin D3, it's something that unfortunately most of us don't get in adequate supply from our diet. Not because, and for once, it's not this criticism we always hear about our diet, that it doesn't give us the nutrients we need. Even the healthiest diet, if you read the science, that's one of the things they'll say. Even the healthiest diet is not an adequate supply of the vitamin D3 that we need. And unfortunately, sun exposure Nowadays, we don't get sufficient sun exposure, and as we get older, that sun exposure doesn't result in the same level of conversion of vitamin D3. What little synthesis could take place from our skin with age, with our changing lifestyle, doesn't continue. So basically a 4-year supply. We're talking about a supply that's 4 years is what, 48 months. It ends up being, if you're taking it every other day, literally about 3 cents a day. So again, your choice. You pick the potency that works for you. I'm just excited to be able to make a product that is so important, yet so affordable and so effective. I hope you enjoy it.
Affordable, effective, a summer essential, quite frankly, an entire year essential, especially if you live in an area, part of the country that does not get sun all the time in the fall, the winter months, and you're stuck inside. You might want to grab that 720 while we have it at this incredible one-day deal. And I'd love to read the reviews, as always. I told you at the beginning, 2,000 of you, real people at home using it as part of your daily life, 5-star reviews. So let's just read a few here to see how it's impacted you personally. Thank you, Andrew. Willow Rose wrote in, I have taken vitamin D3 for years now from generic brands. After taking Andrew's vitamin D3, I can see how quality makes a difference. My vitamin levels are noticeably better, according to my doctor. The biggest change I've noticed is my mood. Life hasn't really changed, but taking this product seems to have helped me more than previous vitamins. So thank you so much, Andrew, for continued quality products. Look at this from Karen in Michigan. Overcast? No worries. Here's your vitamin D. So I was telling you about those days when you're not able to get some sun. My patron saint of supplements, Andrew Lessman, has given me access to a sunny day every day without the fret of sun exposure. His vitamin D3 3000 is genius in delivery, no belly aches, easy to swallow, and always available. But it's not always available at this low price. In fact, it's our lowest price of the year, so take advantage. And I'm gonna read one more from Dom in Rhode Island, and he says right at the top, it works for me. I needed to take vitamin D because my levels were low. I tried drugstore brand pills and gummies, and they upset my stomach. With Andrew Lessman supplements, I have never experienced an upset stomach, and my reading went up. So take advantage. Maybe you're thinking, okay, let me try it at the 60 capsules or try it at the 180 or the 360. Those of you that already have fallen in love, grab your 720 today while we've got this crazy low price. But maybe you start taking this, then you go to the doctor for your checkup and you start to see results. You start to feel it as you wake up in the morning, that energy, that strength in your bones. You've got to grab it while we've got it at this low price. So here's your item number, 080187. Here's your savings. The more you grab, the better the savings. Your 720 capsules is gonna get you $60 off today. So make sure you're grabbing your vitamin D while I have it, okay? All right, follow me on over for